to say it actually started with my father, who had nothing to do with journalism, but he was watching football. He was a big Dallas Cowboy fan. And so I go, Dad, what's the big deal about football? Why are you so into it? And he goes, why don't you sit down and I'll show you. And so we would watch football games, and I would learn how to, enjoy the game and learn more about the game. And then when I got into high school, I became a football statistician. And I kept all the records for the Andrews football team. And it was then women were starting to get into the field of journalism, sports journalism. Not very many, but a few. And I go, that's what I want to do. I want to be a sports journalist. I was always the ugly duckling that no one ever paid attention to, and I got teased for being too skinny, and all of that. And I didn't think too highly of myself. I didn't have the confidence to do many more things that I wanted to do. My parents made it too good for me. I wish they would have kicked me out. But anyway, you are where you're supposed to be. So I ended up going to UTEP, and I majored in broadcast journalism. When I went to college, they didn't have internships, so I would just hang around Channel 4 all the time. And so they would let me go out with the reporters and stuff and kind of learn. And then one day they were short, and they asked me if I could run a camera, could I operate shoot a camera? And I go, oh, sure, but I really didn't know how to do it. And so I got hired, and never had to really touch a camera except to carry it with the photographer wherever we went. And so I was put in the newsroom, and that's basically how I started. And then I was an assignments editor for a while, and then I was the 10 o'clock producer. I was a weekend producer, then the 10 o'clock producer. So it's something I can still use in the classroom. So I think the benefit that I have as a journalism advisor is that I didn't read it I read things out of a book, but I'm able to talk about personal experiences with the kids. And, it's nice that I can not have to use a textbook to teach. There's an old saying that those who can do, those who can't teach. I've never agreed with that philosophy because I did do it and I could do it. One of the benefits of being a journalism teacher and being in charge of a publication is having kids come to your program and they don't even know what they're doing. And it's like deer in the headlights. A lot of times I doubted myself, like I'm getting into the wrong business. Maybe I should work at a bank or something. Then I'm really bad in math, so that wouldn't work. I've never had children of my own, so I feel like they're kind of my kids, I want to see them be successful, and I want to see them be happy, and hope that I have contributed something positive to their lives.
Honestly, this is literally her life, and she puts everything into it, and very enthusiastic about it. If she had the time to go to every single person in the room and work personally with them, she would.
The same professor that pushed me says, once journalism gets in your blood, it never goes away. And I'm like, okay, whatever. That's just a thing journalism professors say. But, it is true. It is true. And I've had students come back and say, I tried to get away from it, but I couldn't, And they're in some field of journalism. But that's okay. That's a good thing. Imagine the world without journalists.